What's up, guys? So I today wanted to teach y'all about the I Ching. Now I know all y'all gonna ask. Not all of my like my three freaking viewers I got. Maybe not really, perhaps one. But I wanted to show you what the I Ching is. You see, okay. First of all, I know you're gonna ask what's on my freaking face, so I'm gonna just tell you, this is Vibhuti. Vibhuti is an Indian thing that's been done for a while. This right here is pretty much mixing turmeric powder, how do you call sodium bicarbonate, and vinegar. So I use apple cider vinegar. It causes a reaction, turns the turmeric powder into red, and then you get to wear this. The reason I wear it is because the ash actually helps me keep my consciousness here in the front of my head, at the top of my head, but closer to the front, so I can move it back from third eye to crown chakra. It's very helpful, actually. Your mind doesn't wander as much for some reason. I don't understand this scientifically, but it's the feeling that I've been getting. It just doesn't wander as much. So yeah, I don't use it too much, nothing. I'm just trying it out, and I'm liking it so far. I've also heard of putting turmeric paste all throughout the forehead, and that this is supposed to help leach all of the mhm. So yeah. Alright, so let me explain real fast. The I Ching. So what's gonna happen is this. Okay, so the I Ching, you're gonna throw 3 coins, right? If you get heads, tails, tails, you get a straight line. If you get tails, heads, heads, you get a broken line, which is just a line with a little open space in the middle. If you get heads, 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 you get a straight line, but it changes into a broken line. If you get tails, 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 you get a broken line, but it changes into a straight line. And the point of this is you're going to have 2 symbols. You're gonna do this until you have 6 lines going from bottom to top. And then the ones that change, you're gonna make a second one next to it where those things have already changed. And what's going to happen is that you can then read the designated paragraph that goes along with these symbols, starting with the first one that's going to explain to you where you are and what you need to do, and then starting the second one is what this is going to change into in the future. This way you can compare a little bit. But the most important thing is that this is so open-ended, it's so vague, it's not exact. Usually the certain facts hit home when you read it. You're going to say, wow, that's exactly where I'm at right now. But the point is that this stuff is going to help you choose what to do from where you are without giving away too much. You see, the problem with divination is that subconsciously, when you do something and you know the future, now it's very difficult to change that future. So if you practice some sort of something that allows you to see into the future, right? And yeah, once you see that, it's very difficult to change it. It's kind of like asking a Ouija board how you're gonna die. You know, some spirit is gonna tell you some bullshit, and what's gonna happen is that your subconscious might believe it, and by believing it, you're gonna try to you know, yeah. So by believing it, you're gonna end up trying to look for that outcome, and you'll actually end up making yourself actually go through what that thing said. So remember, if you're So remember, if you're going to do divination, you have to make sure that the version of divination you're doing is very vague and not on point. If you do some sort of divination that is very, very on point, where they're telling you the exact future, and you don't like the future that they're telling you, you might be stuck with it, because subconsciously you're going to believe it. Unless your subconscious is very, very connected with your conscious, and you're able to will it to believe whatever you want, and you're able to override it, then perhaps you're fine. But overall, you shouldn't be knowing the future. It will mess you up. The I Ching, though, the I Ching can be consulted at any moment, because the beauty of the I Ching is that it's going to give you the gist of where you are, what you should do, and what's going to happen in the future. But the future, again, is vague. There's not a definite. It's just saying this is where you're heading to, and this way it gives you sort of a heads up to plan ahead. But it doesn't actually tell you exactly what's going to happen, so you don't have to limit yourself to that one thing. Alright guys, that's pretty much the I Ching altogether. If you can't tell, I'm like trying to stay awake. I'm freaking falling over. So I'm gonna let you guys go, okay? Deuces.